Welcome and welcome back. We are on our next reading in Prosperity's 10 Commandments. I think we're finishing up the third today. So let's go ahead and close our eyes and center down. Just take a deep breath in. Picking up all the thoughts, cares, concerns of the week. And just letting them go and return to source. To be enlivened, quickened, improved, dissolved as per needed. Deep breath in and out. Picking up all of our earthly cares and making room for us to express spirit. Another deep breath in and out. And now see a column of white light coming down over you. Feel yourself quickened by this light, illumined to a higher degree. Breathe in, feeling everything within and without becoming more sparkly and alive, radiant and glowing. Feel it quickening each cell of the body, dissolving any pain or area of disease. Inside and out, see yourself surrounded by, enveloped by, and fully expressing this white light. Feel it quickening the divine spark within, remembering your true nature, a unique expression of the mind of God. And now lift up to a space of peace and higher awareness. Making space for the new information to be received. Clearing the space in the heart for it to be acted upon. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Lovely. It is difficult for us to realize that we need to apply the same common sense in the realm of thought action as we do in the realm of outer action. If a housewife makes a failure of cooking or dressmaking, she does not just leave it alone while she goes running around to her neighbors, expatiating at great length on every detail of the catastrophe. Instead, she uses her common sense and proceeds to remedy the mistake by doing the thing over in the right way. If a businessman makes an error of judgment, he immediately proceeds to rack his brain for ways and means of remedying it instead of telephoning to all his business associates to call their attention to his blunder. True. If we make a mistake in working a mathematical problem, our common sense tells us that talking about it and calling other people's attention to it will not remedy it. The only remedy lies in going back to the principle involved, applying it, and so eradicating the mistake. If the mistake has been one of carelessness, we find it as we work the problem over according to principle. This same general idea applies to the realm of thought and feeling. If we are faced with a situation that fills us with fear and thoughts of lack, we need to use our common sense and set about remedying the situation rather than talking about it. We need to revert to the principle involved, that there is an ever-present divine source of supply for every need, and let our thoughts and words conform strictly to that principle. The wise have learned that life is like an echo. It always returns the call sent out. Like the echo, the response is always the same as the call, and the louder the call, the greater the response. When we talk of poverty, we get a poverty response in our circumstances. When we become frantic with fear and talk louder and longer about it, we only intensify the condition. Truth students understand that life's echoing of man's words is in accordance with the working of God's law. For a man's word is the culminating power of his thought, and his thought is the creative action of his mind. The spoken word is the first projection of the creative power of mind into the realm of form, and therefore manifestation always follows. The law is that whatever is persistently held in mind must eventually become manifest in the realm of form. Thoughts held in mind attract after their kind. We intensify the working of the law by every word we utter. When we think about a thing, we are forming a pattern of that particular thing. When we speak about it, we are sending forth the word, and it is being condensed into form. We should not speak of an idea unless we want to see it take form in our life. If we do not want it, we must wrestle with it in our mind until we succeed in eradicating it. We must lose the false idea and lay hold of a good one, and, like Jacob wrestling with the angel, never let it go until it blesses us. Pardon. When we accept it, we know that it has blessed us, and then we can safely send it forth to be manifested through our spoken word. The power of the word is recognized all through our scriptures. In the Old Testament, it is the promise, "Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee." Our word is always a decree. Its power depends on the forcefulness of the idea it expresses. When we say, "I am poor," we are decreeing poverty. The more emphatic we become, the more evidences of poverty we shall see in our own life. Our word or our decree is the expression of the mental image we are holding in mind. God's laws establish it, bring it into manifestation. Our part is decreeing or speaking the word. God's part is establishing in our life the fulfillment of the word. That right there is pretty strong. Let me read that for us again. Our part is decreeing or speaking the word. God's part is establishing in our life the fulfillment of the word, responsible for how, when, and by what methods it comes to us. We only need to think the thought and express it. We cannot change the law, but we can always change the decree. The thing to remember is this: what man decrees, God fulfills. This is a statement of partnership. Words of truth deliver God's good into our life when we speak them with conviction. Nothing can keep thee from thine own, but thine own doubtful mind. To one who knocks, each door unlocks, and he who seeks shall find. When we know God is the source of our supply and express our faith in him by accepting only those ideas which we know are his good will for us, we speak words of courage, hope, and confident expectation of God's good. This is decreeing. The loving wisdom and power of the Almighty move through his immutable laws of the mental realm and fulfill our word in manifestation. This is the establishing of a decree. Thought and word must be properly correlated for right results. Jesus cautioned us against the use of idle words, careless, empty words devoid of meaning. He assured us that even such words bring results eventually. Careless words express a careless, indifferent, or lazy state of mind and can only result in confusion in our affairs. Grand-sounding words are often empty and misleading. A Hollywood bootblack sign near Grauman's Chinese Theater read, "Custodian of pedal raiment." For all its grandiloquence, it is still a bootblack sign. No words can be more meaningful than the ideas they convey. No matter how grandly we talk about our prospects and our accomplishments, if we know they are meager, our big talk will not improve them, but will only add to the confusion in our affairs. Speaking the word of truth does not mean talking big to the world. It means speaking words of quiet confidence in God's never-failing bounty. Such confidence only comes as a result of filling the mind with true ideas of God's goodwill and his limitless power to provide for every need. These ideas are generated through meditation, prayer, and affirmation. Invoke the power of the word through both denial and affirmation. When confronted with an appearance of lack or limitation, deny that it has any place in God's will for you. Affirm acceptance of God's bountiful provision for your every need. Work in prayer to gain the power of right thinking. Remember Jacob and the angel. We're not going to let it go until it blesses us. And then send that power forth through your spoken word to do the work whereunto it is sent. Remembering, my words will not return to me void. It will go out and bless and prosper to where I send it. I believe that's Isaiah 55:11. This is the way Jesus used the power of the word. In the Old Testament, which is his Bible, is a statement that he knew was true for him. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. Y'all just caught that, right? Yeah. Okay. I love it when this happens, but yeah, exactly. Start watching your simplest words, Schiller said. Only those who have the patience to do simple things perfectly will acquire the skill to do difficult things easily. Yes. Remember always your words are forerunners of your circumstances. Be careful to speak only those words which you are willing to see take form in your life. Send forth your constructive word to create good, and then stand fast in your faith in its creative power. Affirm constantly, I have faith in the power of my word. I speak only that which I desire to see made manifest. Then decree steadfastly, I am a living expression of God's abundant good. I receive and distribute his never failing bounty. This is obeying prosperity's third commandment. Thou shalt not speak the word of lack or limitation. Let's just take a minute to breathe that in and out. I want to anchor that last thought in, right? I am a living expression of God's abundant good. I receive and distribute his never failing bounty. I am a living expression of God's abundant good. I receive and distribute his never failing bounty. Enough to spare and share today and always. My prayer for you today and tomorrow. We'll see you back here on Monday for the fourth commandment. Have a great weekend. Love you in the meantime. Bye.